Born in Ukraine and raised in Canada since the age of 5, Linda Luztono was singing Whitney Houston songs before she could even speak English. She has many music critics proclaiming her to be the next promising female artist to hail from Toronto.
So what has kept you motivated to sing all these years?
What's really kept me motivated is, the more shows I did, the more people would come out and the more of a crowd reaction I would get. So that's what really kept me going. I wanted to stay on stage and keep doing what I do. So
that's great. Yeah. When you were younger, did you ever picture yourself working with producers such as Noah Forty?
I definitely did. I always knew that this is what I want to do. So, my goals and standards were high, and I'd always watch shows like Much More Music, Behind the Music. I knew who L.A. Reid was and all these guys, so I was always like, I'm going to work with the best of the best. And
that's what ended up happening.
That's right. And me and Noah worked before him and Drake blew up, but they were still working on their stuff. So yeah, that was my goal. I always wanted to do that.
Could you tell us a little bit more about the Remix Project?
Definitely. It's a government-funded youth program for at-risk youth, or I wasn't really at risk, but they thought I had talent, so I auditioned and I made it. And it was great because I believe it's ages 16 to 21 or 17 to 21. Either way, there's a age bracket there, and I always recommend it to anybody because it's helped me out so much. So anyone who's looking for a studio, or they have the business development, they have media arts, recording arts. So
that was your first step, you'd say, right?
That was my first big step. They have helped me out a lot.
How did you feel when you won the competition on BET's 106 in Park?
I was super excited. It was great because that was my second, award, and it was great to have the trophy and all that. Yeah. And I was super nervous. I was on stage. They were about to announce the winner, and my heart's just thumping there. I didn't know what could have happened, right? Yeah. But it was great. It was great to get that trophy and to make my parents proud. Yeah. My dad's like, don't come home without a trophy.
So would you say that's your biggest accomplishment so far?
Yeah, I think so. And, just working on music and writing any song I make or any lyrics I write or anything, if somebody likes that, that's always an accomplishment. Those are little accomplishments along the way.
Exactly.
But it's a big one, definitely.
And what are some projects you're currently working on?
Currently working on an EP, so I'm looking for producers who can email me. And so working on some music right now, and I really want to do like a high school tour and do maybe grade 9 and 10 girls and just really sing for them and do a question and answer type of thing. Yeah. So not just the music, but I really want to get involved as well.
So what are some charities that you've worked with in the past?
When I was a little bit younger, maybe in my teenage years, I've done some stuff with Project Peace, which was Youth Against Gun Violence, and that sort of started me off with charities or, just getting involved in the community. I did some work with Women's Shelter, and there were a lot of teen moms there, just women who have been abused either verbally or physically. And I performed for them and did question and answer and all that, and that was great. That was very empowering. And I did some stuff for Habitat for Humanity. I volunteered there, so I'd love to go, maybe, somewhere like Ecuador and build a school sometime soon.
It's definitely a future, right?
Yes, most definitely.
So what are some pieces of advice that you can give to youth who want to pursue their dreams?
I would say to never, ever give up. And I know people always say this, but it's so true. Just keep working at what you're doing. Even if people say, they don't like what you're doing or you suck, just keep working at it because you have to get better.
Exactly.
If you keep going at it, keep practicing, you need to get better. So just don't stop and keep practicing.
That's good advice. That's the truth.
It's true, right? Practice makes perfect, or close to.
Yeah. Niraj Theory, the founder of Youth Making Movements, says that everybody has a hidden talent which they can use towards changing the world, but it's just a matter of finding that talent. So what do you think about this?
I agree. I think everyone has a talent, whatever it may be. It can change the world, or whether it inspires, 1 or 2 people, then that's huge. And whether you want it to change the whole world or not, then talent definitely has the potential to do that, most definitely.
Yeah. Finally, do you have any encouraging words for youth who want to make a difference in their community by, getting involved in projects that eliminate child labor, youth violence, stuff like that?
Absolutely. I think that people really need to speak up for what they believe in, and more people will get involved, and they have to. If you look at history, you have Martin Luther King and all these greats who they stood up, and then they'd have all these people come out and hear them speak.
Exactly.
So I'd say just
take the bit of courage.
Shout it out, yeah. Don't keep your mouth shut, because if you don't, then who else is going to do it, right?
Exactly. Well, Linda, I want to thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
You're definitely very inspirational. I know that a lot of youth will take the advice that you give them, and I wish you the best of luck in the future.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thanks so much.
There you have it, folks. Toronto's own Linda Luztono.